YouTube, we got a gauntlet run today, or at least the start of a gauntlet run. We got the brand new NICO IAMALEAVA. My quarterback from the UCLA Bruins cost me a steep 800,000 coins. Abilities on offense, I am running the dots for 4 AP on NICO, and then I am running cutter on my tight end, Vernon Davis. Defensively now for my team, I don't really have a definitive way I like to run my abilities. I have quick jump on Lawrence Taylor and a house call on Coy Parrish, but quite frankly, house call, you're lucky if you catch your picks anyway. And then offensively, defensively, I'm in the Maryland offense playbook. I actually have to change that, was lapping a bit. Maryland offense playbook, and then UCLA for my defense playbook. Let's hop into game one. Want in-depth access to all of my offense and defensive schemes in College Football 26? Head on over to Trust the Adjust, link in the description. Starting out on offense, one thing I did notice in the top 3 screen for our opponent, he did have a theme team, which worries me a bit, mainly because of man coverage. Man coverage I have weirdly struggled with this entire year, and that was actually matched. We have pocket, and bad start, past line of scrimmage. And normally man coverage does not bother me when I'm playing Madden college football, because man coverage is one of those defenses where, like, you know your opponent is in man coverage for the most part, and there are a few types of routes and concepts that will pretty much work every single time. And normally, like, if my opponent, again, I don't really have anybody, I might have B. I'm just gonna take the sack. Not the best start. Hopefully he's in match again. I'm gonna go back to the play I ran first, deep over. Let's go return route here, and he looks like he's only running a 3-man rush. We're gonna look tight end first. Should have X maybe. I don't know why we got screamed at. Not a good start. 4th and 10. I don't know what happened. He just got an instant shed. It was a 3-man rush. I'm gonna motion out, and honestly, I'm just praying this is cover 3. It looks like it is for the most part. So we should have X, AJ Green, unless this is man coverage, which it might be, which if that's the case, put a curl from Y. I'm gonna stem down B on a post, and we're probably gonna look for Y. It is man. We're gonna have to hit Y. He got bumped, and we didn't get the pass off. Well, not the best start. Not the best start at all. Our opponent trips tight end on defense, flips his play, and my players do not look like they want to flip with him, so we're going to have to come out in cover 4. Shade down. Not the best start. RPO, this is, yeah, not a good start. Can we make the tackle? No. All right, well, we're putting ourselves in a hole. Down 7. That 3-man rush into what I thought was a touchdown when he initially threw it. I did not mean to do a hook play, and again, it is match. Try to throw it away. We just need to get on the board. We need to see one go through the hoop at this point, because this match is definitely giving me problems. It also doesn't help that, again, he's been rushing 3 and 4, and I feel like getting pretty consistent pressure. And NICO, you know, not the most mobile, has 83 speed, so I can definitely move, but I wouldn't say he's on par with, like, Tim Tebow. Okay, now he's in double mug, which I feel a lot more comfortable with. I'm going to block my tight end just to have some time. Motion out my running back, put him on a speed out. Eventually get it. Probably looking running back and then B with the backside X. Wonder if that's his user. It's not. We should have B on a crosser. Pass lead down. And goddamn, this is not a good start. Not a good start, folks. We had a big play called back by penalty, a 3-man rush into almost a sack, and we are just missing throws. They're brand new quarterback. All right, looks like he's back in zone coverage for the most part. Should have Y underneath. We get a good rack. It should be a first down. 4th and inches. I'm scared to run. I mean, I really am. With how this game is gone, I just feel like something's going to happen. But he's only in a 5. I mean, we have 5 versus 5. There was not a linebacker in the middle of the field. This should be free. It is. All right, there we go. Our first down. Like A. Pass lead up. Juke. I would love a free touchdown. All right. We've survived what I think is possibly the worst start we could have had. And he's only ran 1 play on offense, which was an RPO bubble. So we'll see what he actually is and what he has on offense. Definitely important on this drive, though. I want to see just what he shows us on offense. I want to make him, you know, 10, 15 play drive. I just want to see what formations, what he likes to do on offense. Because, again, he called an RPO bubble and scored a 1-play touchdown from about the 20-yard line. He's in 5 wide, which I actually don't really want to be in 6-1, and we got pressure. I don't want to be in 6-1 when he's in 5 wide, because I just don't feel like our 6-on-5 pressure is going to get there in time. So I am going to go to double mug. I just feel a bit more comfortable with just the consistent pressure. I am going to take, I mean, everybody's on one side. I'm running man to start. I don't know if I feel better this guy. Running back's out for a route. I'm going to run with him. Tight end. He really just had leverage to the outside there. I'm still going to stick with double mug, though, if he goes to 5 wide. This time, though, he's back in trips, and I really just want to take away the tight end corner. It's the #1 route they're going to go to. I don't want to be offsides either. And actually, let's man up the running back with him, and then my user, I can play more right to left. Yeah. And that worked out perfectly with the outside linebacker. Giving him a cover 3 look, I hate trips and why they do this. Why do we do this, man? It's so hard to, what's it called? I can't even put him in a, I have to do, I think, yeah, there we go. Fuck it. Curl flat at that point. It's verticals. I'm just going to play the crosser. We have a pick artist there, and yeah, that's how this game is going to go. That's how this game is going to go. We're going to have to battle to get a stop. That's my one pick artist, aka house call on the field, and I felt confident enough. Honestly, if that wasn't a pick artist, I probably just swat it, but the fact it was, and I guess we'll just run, I want to run cover 4, just shade it down at this point, but I guess I gotta find the shell that works against this. Run. Players are there. Good thing, too, about Gauntlet, it's on Heisman difficulty, so I don't really have to worry about my opponent stiff-arming 3 or 4 players. They're gonna make the tackle 80 to 90% of the time. Alright, spread, wide slot, weak. I think we're just gonna give him cover 4 quarters at this point. Match, contain, don't let him roll out. I'm actually gonna move this player out just so I don't get beat to the sideline. Get on the middle linebacker, and that works for me. Don't know how that was a catch, but 3rd and 11. He's back in the 5 wide, so I am back in the double mug. Although, I want to almost run zone on the left, and then I could just play the middle of the field. And I didn't get my flat off. Thank God he did not see the running back. I wanted just a cover 3 shell on the left with one of the safeties being in a hard flat or a curl flat. Didn't get it off, had him manned up, and really the left side was wide open. But he took a sack. He's out of field goal range now. I wonder what he does. Our opponent actually did end up punting. It wasn't the best punt, but I actually do not blame him for punting in this situation. I have not looked good on offense. We've had multiple 4th downs already. That looks to be a bit more match, and I don't... Probably should be an intentional grounding, but I really just want to throw it away to the left. Let's see. We got to try some different route combos because the match is definitely giving us a bit of a run. I'm going to wheel route the running back if I can. Again, it should only be a 3 or 4-man pressure. This time, 4-man, a little bit again match. We have Y, and I don't know if that's my bad pocket, but I had room to the right. Oh, the 3-man, like, we really just, it wasn't even a stunt. We just, I don't know, it was like a shed stunt. He shedded instantly and just kind of looped around from left to right. I did not expect that guy to be there. Let's go shade it down there. Try to get a little bit more. And I'm going to motion out the running back again, put him on a speed out. This definitely does not what he wants to do when I motion out the running back. 3-man rusher. We should have time. I have RB. His match is clearly getting messed up. Can we get a stiff arm? No. His match is clearly getting messed up when we motion out a running back, so I think I'm going to keep doing that. This time I have the running back on a bit of a slot fade, and then we're really going to be looking at our tight end. I feel like our tight end on this play, although I have RB. Can NICO make the throw? He can. I don't know what my opponent's going to do when I motion out. He's not moving anybody out there. He's just sticking in his match zone, and I think the outside corner doesn't really, like, recognize there's a guy out there in the 5 wide at this point, but hey, we're going to keep going to it because he's not adjusting. I think you guys can probably see it by the gameplay, but I'm actually more comfortable on defense in this game. I know that's going to sound crazy given the state of this game, and he's going to hand the ball if we're going to make the tackle, but offensively, I'm just a bit confused on what I want to do offensively, and then you combine that with, I wouldn't say inconsistent pass rush. It's more, there's really not a blitz in this game that's amazing, I would say. But combine that with the quarterbacks randomly missing throws, and that should be a pick. Like I said, I feel more comfortable on defense. I feel like a lot of people throw the ball at my team more than they do their team. And then offensively, it's just about getting the right routes on the field, first off, and then my quarterback actually making the throw. Again, we're going to motion out the running back. I'm going to block the tight end this time, and he's not... I'm going to put him on a comeback because that's what I initially wanted to do, but he's not respecting that at all. And then I think I have B over the top to the left. NICO, can we make the throw? A little bit underthrown, but good enough for the catch. Gonna go to one of my favorite runs in normal Y off close. It's really not a new run, but it's a new good run in the game. Power read. We're reading the outside linebacker. If he shuffles his feet, we keep with the quarterback. If he kind of attacks, We leave it with the running back. He's going to attack. We leave with the running back. And, well, unfortunately, our 2 wide receivers decided they didn't want to block. But we're going to go to another run. If he stays in double mug, I'm going to audible the trips tight end and go for the QB power. Now, again, Nico, I probably should sub in Tim Tebow for this. But Nico, I'm hoping has enough speed. And, ooh, I wanted that guy. Okay, we're going to actually pass the ball because I wanted to be in man alignment. Let's go shallow cross. I'm just going to go zig, speed out, and I think we went to the 2-minute warning. Depending on his alignment, is this single? I don't even know what this is. No, we can't run the ball. There's 3 people over there. Let's go zig on Y. We'll go curl, and then let's go Texas. I like this. I know we wanted zig there. Yeah. And then actually, well, we'll hike it. We have to hike it anyway. Looks like we have Y. If we get a good rack, and we do. All right, we're in the end zone. One more stop. I need this guy's out of here. You really erase the first 5 plays of this game, and we'd be in a really, really good spot. Actually, gonna shade down here. Just run stock cover 4 with some hard flats. Should want to switch stick to pretty much the safety above my head if I see anything over the middle, and I do. We'll take it away, and well, I told you guys before this, that is my house call. He has now dropped, gotten agged really one time, and yeah, you see it in the top right. Well, yeah, that was house call, but he's not comfortable. I mean, he's not comfortable at all. And again, I'm just gonna go cover 4, shaded down. I don't want to run match at this point since they're kind of more out wide and nothing really open. He's gonna throw up another prayer, maybe this time, and just like that, 2 straight ducks from our opponent. And he might, is he lagging out? Did he close that? Did he throw that ball up and say, I'm done? I don't think I could win this game because that's not my internet. All right, he's back in trips tight end. Okay. The only real passing play he's called from trips tight end has been vertical, so I'm going to just do the same adjustments I did last time. Man up the outside linebacker on the running back. I'm going to play the middle. I have an outside shade to the tight end, and I'm going to play the middle of the field, and perfect defense there, bringing up 4th and 10. Normally playing someone, I would change up my shells over and over again, but for the most part, this dude has really struggled to play against cover 4 shaded down and cover 4 match. And again, there's really nothing open. We're all over that. I love match in this game. I really do. Can we get a juke? But now we're up 14. We get ball. Now, he does get ball to start the second half, so he's still in this game to a degree, but I think this one's over for the most part. Gonna keep motioning out the running back. This time, though, a player does run out there, so it makes me seem like this is man coverage. So what I'm going to do is put A on a post, and we're going to hike this ball. And it is man coverage. We should have Vernon Davis. Blue pass. Beautiful Nico. And just like that, we're up by 21. That was all for our opponent, though. On to game 2. Starting out on defense in game number 2. Again, our opponent comes out in trips tight end. I have route committed to tight end to the outside. He's going to go with an RPO. Shades of our last opponent running the RPO bubble. This time, though, he's just going to hand it off for 3 yards. Now, though, he's in a bit of a spread look, so I'm going to give him match. Whenever I see 2x2, meaning really like 2 receiving threats to the right, 2 receiving threats to the left, cover 4 quarters is a really, really good match defense. It's pretty much going to run. It's just really easy for the zones and the matching principles to attack and be aware of like where the receiving threats are. Whereas like in bunch, like this, for example, it's a lot harder for them to do. And I really don't want to be in man coverage on this play. Drag, we're going to try to take away. Really, his quarterback messed the throw. If that's in front of him, that's a first down. He's clearly struggled with match, though, for the most part, so we're going to stick in it for this play. I don't love that player being right there. Going to shift to the right, contain. And my responsibility for the most part is going to be this tight end. And a short and incomplete 4 and out to start the game. Beautiful. Hopefully, our offense can get off to a quicker start. It looks like he's in a cover 3 or cover 1 shell. Going to motion out the running back, and this looks like zone. And for the most part, I would expect B here to be open unless his user, and maybe the safety because he moved him over, is really in position now. I guess we could post our tight end, stem him up once. Let's hike, though. Make sure we get the play up, and yeah, I have B. Possession catch. Beautiful, down to the 1. Not even going to bother audibling from normal way. I have close to trips tight end. I'm just going to sub in Tebow in trips tight end. We're going to run the QB power, my favorite running play for the quarterback in the game, and just like that, we are up 7 with a stop. I really do want to show you guys more complicated shells on defense, but our opponent hasn't really showed any ability to stop the most basic of combos. I'm going to take away the drag. He has the in, but Again, I think he sent out 5 at that point, maybe blocked the running back, but our pressure finally got in. You off trips again, and we will run a bit of a different shell this time. Let's put, oh no, we want, and that's why I stay, and we have a choice. I'm gonna go for the hit stick. Beautiful. That's really the problem, though, with baseline, I would say, in this game is, or without baseline in this game is, I don't know where my player is gonna line up. I don't know what responsibilities, and that's a shaded out. Again, I love Heisman difficulty because shading out, route committing outside actually works for the most part. And does our opponent have a completion? I don't know. Now he's going to be in wide trip, so let's give him cover 3 shell with cover 4 quarters. This should give us a good alignment. Yeah, that's perfect. Really, I'm most worried about, I'm actually going to send the player off the left. That way we have a 5-man rush. I'm going to take away the running back. If I probably leave that guy in a quarter flat, I can take away the middle. That play's probably bad. We did get pressure, but he just snapped through that instantly and really was good read. Going back to man coverage, though, in the cover 0 shell. Route commit to the outside, the right tight end, and he's sending 5 out this time. I'm playing the running back, and we might actually have a counter somewhere on this video. The amount of dropped stone cold interceptions in this video. We're up to 3 so far. I would say 3. We could throw 4 because we got agged the first time, but I'm gonna say 3. 3 stone cold drop interceptions so far. Tight Y off. We're gonna go to cover 4 match though. 2x2. Make sure I get a contain. I do not want him scrambling. And I'm pretty much going to take away the first thing right to left. It's going to be the running back and really just a bag. Both the corner routes were double teamed by the safeties. The out routes covered by the quarter flats, and we took away the running back. Now that he's an empty bunch wide, though, I am going to go to that double mug in that way, and I'm going to shade outside on these guys. Just send. We should get pressure. Beautiful. Whenever someone's in 5 wide without an ability to block an extra person, I'm going to send 6 from double mug every single time. And just pretty much tap the guard to know that my 6-man rush is coming in. If he beats me with a quick throw, he beats me, but he's going to have really a second and a half to throw the ball. Now back in the trips, I'm not going to make the same mistake I did last time, and I'm just going to play man coverage across the board. I will be on the running back, and it was the same verticals play. He blocked his running back. We covered the tight end over the middle of the field, and just like that, another stop. Still coming out, though, in this cover 3 shell, and for the most part, it looks like zone. We should have B unless that, curl flat really matches, and he did match, and he got pressure. Man, these guys 3 and 4 man rushes, I swear, are better than my 5 and 6 man rushes out of 6-1. So this does look to be cover 3. We'll just run a pretty basic flood concept to the right, looking tight end. We have 2 checkdowns, backside dig, have the running back in the flat. Probably could have waited and picked up the tight end. Stiff arm, gonna go for a bit of a shorter attacking play. I'm looking speed out, then probably the zig and the return route underneath, but I highly doubt the speed out is going to be covered. We'll take that possession catch and easy first down. I actually just glanced quickly at our opponent's stat line offense. He's 1 for 10 passing the ball. I'm going to look for the tight end post route. We ran this play last game, and I really liked it, especially if this matches. We should have, for the most part, the middle third, or not the middle third, the outside third on the left should match onto the drag or the hit. We should have the tight end one-on-one. He did not. But then we'll have the drag, AJ Green, juke to the left. I'm going to go back to the power read, though. Hopefully, our 2 wide receivers on the left actually block if we get the running back out in space. And we are. This time, again, the middle guy, or the slot player blocked, but AJ Green had a mind of his own, and he went to go block the safety. I don't know why, because normally when I get this to the running back out in space, it's an automatic touchdown. I'm going to run it again. This time, he's going to stay, so we're going to keep it with our quarterback. Nico is going to take it to the 4, and I think it's time we sub in Tebow. Little bit of a 2 quarterback system here, but I could still pass with Tebow. I just don't have the dots ability on him, but I love our look to the right. We should just be able to run around the outside, and just like that, Tim Tebow, 2 plays, 2 touchdowns, and we are up 2 scores. Let's try not to give our opponent, though, an inch of space. I'm again in this wide trips look. He's only called verticals, so I'm going to stay in man-to-man coverage. And finally, he called a different play, but I have no clue who he is throwing to. He is now 1 for 11, and I think his quarterback is cold. Now our opponent, though, is in the bunch tight end, so a bit of a different look. I'm going to come out and cover 4 quarters in a cover 3 shell. Now, our outside linebacker is going to be off the line of scrimmage a little bit, so it gives away we're running coverage for the most part. And wow, that's an overthrow. That's the cold from the quarterback coming in. He actually had a guy open for the first time all game, but his quarterback is just going to miss him. And knowing what I'm pretty sure he's going to go back to that play exactly. And I'm going to make sure with this outside quarter, if he runs it, I'm going to play the outside. And just like that, everything is back. I really like cover 4 quarters, actually, against bunch tight end. Especially when they do the auto motion from really the bunch side to the tight end side. Creates a 2x2. And then the cover 4 quarters is a really good defense. But potentially the last play of the game, U-Trips weak. I'm going to go back to man coverage and It's the 2 tight end look. Yeah, we're just going to shade outside or route commit outside that tight end. I am going to run a cover 3 shell on the left. Didn't get the flat off, so I will play the flat. And I don't know. I guess that was the tight end from the left. Dang. We probably should just... I don't know why I'm trying to switch things up when he can't beat man coverage or he can't be covered for a match. At this point, he's just cycling around the formations. He's back in bunch end. I don't really want to be in man coverage, but we will. My responsibility is the running back. He's blocking. Whips. Honestly, really, really good man-beating play. Now he is in, it looks like, back to the tight Y off. Again, we're going to give him cover 4 quarters. 0-1 trap up the middle. Can we make the tackle? We can. Switched our shell back to cover 3, and I really just don't want to. We honestly probably should worry about inside zone at this point. He might try to clock. I'm going to take away the drag, and, well, he threw it. I think I just ran... I don't understand that read. Yeah, this game's over. I don't think you guys probably want to watch any more plays from our opponent, so I will see you guys all in game 3. We're 2-0. Finally on to game 3, though, back again at home, and our opponent looks to be in some sort of man coverage look. He's in a man press, and yeah, with that motion out, really thinks it's man press, at least on the left side. I don't know about the right side, because B is essentially unoccupied, and we have him over the middle if we can come down with it. Beautiful start. So maybe I was a bit wrong about the man coverage, but the left, I mean, we can put a zig, and we'll look at the left side here. Let's just call this play really, really quickly. Honestly, I'm just curious about what our opponent is on the left. So no, it is zone. It is zone. Looks like a bit of a cover 2 with the slot and a vert hook. Outside player in a cloud flat. That or it's cover 6. So what we actually could do, let's go this. Let's try to attack. I don't know if we can do this. I've never tried this, but I'm going to try to attack the cover 2 on the left. And then we'll have a backside kind of return route with the tight end. 4-man rush. I feel good about this. Let's actually streak B, so the spacing a little bit better. We'll hike. And we have B again over the middle. I think what that number 2 is, he's in a mid-read. He's either in a mid-read or some sort of middle zone. He's just not getting depth enough to cover that streak from our solo wide receiver, Deshaun Jackson. Great start this time. I feel like we're finally warmed up at this point. Let's get a stop on defense. Gun normal Y off is the formation our opponent is coming out in. You guys know my rules, man. When I say 2x2, he's going to get covered for a match. At least the first play of the game. We don't know if this opponent is good. We could spam match. Maybe he beats it, but gonna hand it off. So it looks like that's 88 Nick Singleton for a gain of 6. Sticking in the normal. So I think for the first time, we don't have an opponent that is just going to like kind of rotate between formations. So we could probably get a better feel about what our opponent wants to do offensively. Zig to the left, which was covered actually initially. I think I messed up by switch sticking, and he like pretty much stiff armed the quarter flat to the middle and then was open, but it would have been covered if I didn't do that. Now he's in a bit of a pistol look, so I am going to come out in man coverage. I'm going to shade or route commit inside the both outside receivers and stretch to the right. I'm really just going to set the edge with Luke Kuechly. Trust our interior 6 guys on the front line to get at least one shed and make the tackle. I know I said our opponent was coming out in a bunch of different formations, but now he's in 5 wide. I'm going to shade outside on Y. Blitz. And, well, that's now number 4 of the Stone Cold drop picks, this time for Hutchinson, our strong safety. Sticking in the 5 wide, we're going to stick in the double mug. And again, I'm going to shade outside because I will be able to play the middle in pretty much half a second once I just tap the guard and we get some pressure. He's going to have to throw the ball in pretty much a second, and beautiful. We did shade outside on that slot, but it looked like the zig was still potentially going to get open. He's back in the normal. I'm going to give him actually a shell for the first time this game. He's now audibling, but I'm going to stick in this. I don't love this, but I feel like my weakness is the left side. I'm going to play a corner route from the left, and yeah. Good play by our opponent. I felt like when I had my shell for when the players were on the left, when they motioned to the right or he flipped, I felt like the middle to the right was just weak, and my user really wasn't going to be in a spot. Probably should have put him in a mid-read, but wasn't the best shell from my end, and I'm going to just switch to man because everybody's all out of order. This is probably just an inside run. 0-1 trap. It is. QB keep, and, well, I guess Gabe Jacaz was there for the tackle. Wow, he's really giving us the entire tour. Now, in a bit of trips, we're going to route commit to the outside. Speed option, I am kind of vulnerable here. I need to make this tackle. Made him cut back inside. He's got workhorse on Nick Singleton, which I don't necessarily agree with because there's really no wear and tear in cut as of yet. Now that he's in spread, though, yeah, we're definitely coming out and cover 4 quarters. And I'm actually going to move this player to the outside because if that's a zig, the quarter will play it. I just need to have him kind of react to it instantly. Again, we're in a good spot. QB scramble up the middle. I missed the tackle. That's on me. We're making him work this drive, though, which is really, really good. I'm going to move this quarter to the outside in this match. Contain. And we have a quarter. There we go. Perfect. I'm going to send, and then I'm going to play the tight end. Beautiful. He's getting some hits on his quarterback now, so maybe potentially next time he takes a hit, could be a fumble. Back to the trips. I'm going to send a bit of pressure. I mean, we sent pressure last time. Actually, wait, I need to move. This might be a speed option. I'm going to move him to the outside. Get back on the tight end. Make a tackle. A tackle. Perfect. All right, third and short. He's back in the 5 wide, which I'm a bit curious about that, only because, I mean, I feel like it gives away and a bit of an over. I did press, but I did not think Richard Sherman would be the one to get beat deep. Let's see. He is now in normal Y off close. I'm gonna give him a bit of a shell. I know I've ran match and it's been successful, but I want to send pressure just a little bit. Contain. I'm just gonna go a little bit of a cover 2 on both sides, and I'm gonna play the middle of the field. I'm actually gonna put this dude in a hook on the 2 tight end side, and we're gonna roll with this. My switch really here for the most part is gonna be between the cloud flat on the right and then the 2 hooks in the middle. If I see a route vertical to the left, but there's nothing, we're there, and he just scrambles again for the first down. We get another hit, but man, that was a perfect shell in the field. I think we sent 5. And I contained. Maybe I think as I put the hook curl on the left side of the defensive line, that was the guy that was in a contain. Oh, that's my fault. Now, though, he's in split twins. I'm just going to run cover 4 shaded down. I'm going to shift to the left. That's the strong side of this formation. And we're just going to run, set the edge, tackles there. Again, I love Heisman difficulty for the fact that I don't have to worry about my high overall defensive players, or at least the running back breaking a tackle or 2 every single time. Don't really, though, like running match near the goal line, so we actually are going to come up with a bit of a shell. Let's just do something like this. I'm going to switch to the... Again, he goes speed option right away. There's really no one out there except me. We make the tackle, and now it's 3rd and goal from the 15. I don't love that he's in trips tight end, only because I'm just worried. And he quick snaps me. Our player... The only reason I'm not going to be upset is that drive was very, very hard for our opponent, so I'm not really worried about getting a stop the rest of this game, but man... I don't feel like that should be a completion. I mean, Richard Sherman animates there, swat, interception, tackle, breakup, anything there, and it's 4th and goal, and our opponent's probably taking 3, but, yeah, I guess he's tied up the game. And potentially, if I was playing an opponent that was, you know, good, or I wouldn't say respected, but respected, I potentially would clock this game out, but I feel like we get a stop in this game. Probably in this, I like a stop for our next defensive possession. Bit of a flood concept to the right. We're going to look speed out right away. Again, looks to be some sort of cover 2, and 4-man rush to get shed. Would have had Y and X over the middle, but good defense by our opponent. I think we go back to this B route right here, because he hasn't... I think he's been running the same defense for the most part every time. And I think I like B to get open here again. If that top right safety runs to the right off rip, we have B. We know we have B. This time he doesn't. We have Y underneath. Also had RB on the corner route. Can we get a juke in? First down would be lovely. Beautiful. Audibling the trips tight end. Want to get a run in versus defense, just so later in the game, if we eventually get in a 4th and short or 3rd and short, I just want to know if he has decent run defense, and doesn't seem to have really any shoots. We can get a yard or 2. I don't really want to run anymore. It doesn't look like we get too many big chunks. But I want to try to hit this skinny streak up the middle if he rolls it to what I think is cover 6 or cover 9 on the left. I'm just going to quick hike and see if we could catch him tight end wide open. I'm going to try to rack stiff arm. We unfortunately not able to get all the way out. We really hadn't been quick snapping this entire game. I think we actually know. I like this to be cover 3. I don't want to say he's giving away his coverage, but he's giving away his coverage. Again, you guys know the rule. We're going to look to see if that curl flat, seam flat that's hovering over B. If he matches, we'll probably just have to check down. If he doesn't match, we should have B for a touchdown. And doesn't match, and touchdown. I don't know why people... This is the problem without baseline, is that my opponent is just telling me, like, hey, I'm in cover 3, so I'm going to run a cover 3, you know, style of concept that attacks it. I don't know what Deshaun Jackson is doing, but we have a 7-point lead. Technically, though, if our opponent comes down and scores, he's in position in this game. He's in control. He can score. The next time I touch the ball, we could be down 7. But I like this, like I said, on our last offensive drive. I like us to get to stop this drive. He starts out with the run. I assume this is going to go down to the 2-minute warning. It looks like he's in 5. If he goes to 5, I'm telling you, he has not had a completion in 5 wide yet. I'm not going to pinch this time. Get me on the middle linebacker. Route commit outside. Tap the center. Ball. Beautiful execution. I feel like he rushed that. I don't know why he's going to 5 wide. I feel like the only good 5 wide formations are if you have a tight end or... yeah, it'd be a tight end or maybe a running back off to the hip of a tackle where you can block, because I'm just going to send 6 every time, and I know I just have to play defense for 1 second, 1.5 seconds, and again, that led to a pick 6. And for the most part, I feel like the average college football Madden player, they probably struggle with that the most, of just not having a plan defensively based on the formation your opponent is coming out with, and that just takes really years of playing. It's not something you can learn instantly. But playing over the years, you kind of develop just certain shells, certain defenses that you will go to based on the formation your opponent is coming out in. And I'm a bit cross-manned here. I guess I'll use this guy. And yeah, I feel like at this point, he's snapping stock plays. He's rushing his offense a bit, and our pressure is getting to him. We're going to give him some match, though, in the cover through shell. I actually forgot to put my safeties on close and pinch when I do this shell. Make sure I contain, because he's shown the ability to run. And we're going to take away this drag from right to left. He has that drag there, but not able to get it out. And if he honestly got that completed, probably would have been 4th and short if Sherman makes the tackle. But now 4th and 7. I mean, this is the game. We got to stop here. This game is open. And once again, our opponent, he's brave. I'll tell you, he wants to make this 5 wide offense work. And once again, I'm going to drag these guys down just a little bit. Get on this guy. And if he hikes right away, I'm going to route commit to the outside. Tap and up the middle. I don't know. He has, I think he's ran 5 or 6, and he's out of here after this game. If you're watching this and you run 5 wide and your opponent comes out in a double mug and you cannot block, get out of it. It's not going to work. You are relying on your receiver to get separation and you to complete the pass in a millisecond at this point. It's just not, the numbers don't make sense on the offensive line. But I'll see you guys in game 4. Game number 4, though, starting out on offense, once again under lights, and our opponent, my eyes light up when I see that cover 1 shell, but this might be man coverage just because the way the defensive backs are aligned. They're more lined up straight than really the only corner that's showing zone is the outside left corner. If you guys know the rules, we're looking at that slot corner. And, well, if NICO would have made the throw, we would at least had a gain of 20-25, potentially a touchdown. Again, not the... I wouldn't say NICO's been bad, but I feel like all quarterbacks right now in cut are bad. They're all going to miss throws. Now, it hurts a little bit more since I have dots. Like, I'm paying for an ability where he doesn't miss, and we'll see. If my opponent adjusts... Okay, this now... Well, we actually just have RB open, I think. Hike. Yeah, I guess. Juke to the right. Block. Little bit cutback, and... Well, looks like we're up 7. I don't know what my opponent's defense... I think it was more man, and he probably was responsible for the running back, and he just didn't run out there. Let's get a stop on defense, though. Let's get out of this game quick. We've been doing really good on offense as of late. Trips-wise, slot weak is the formation of choice, and I think I'm going to go with a bit of man coverage just to start. I want to see what he's working with. Can only block the running back in this formation, so if he sends him out, he's not going to have a bit of time, but it looks like our opponent already aware of the blitz, gets the ball out fast, so I don't love that from... I just did not get a shell out there at all. Yeah, he's going to hit. I mean, I would have liked to get pressure since he sent his running back out. I tried to put my middle guy, and he's going to go no huddle. And my player now, my outside linebacker, is all the way to the left. So, you know what? We're kind of stuck with cover 4. And, well, the hard flat actually played it. I don't know what. I think it was throwing the curl. Wasn't really open. Gonna show now the cover 3 shell out of cover 4 quarters. Contain, blitz, and I take away this route. Ooh. That was a little bit too open for my liking. Definitely seems like he wants to get the ball out of his hands really, really quickly. I almost want to go to double mug in this situation, just for the fact that he doesn't have his tight end blocking. And I feel like he's a very, very quick passer. And double mug, while I don't love the shells I could run of it, I feel like I'm a little bit constricted. You're going to get pressure a lot faster than 6-1. We'll stick, though, in cover 4 quarters for this play, at least. And I'm going to move this quarter flat out to the outside. Let's shift to the left, contain. And we're probably going to take away... Okay, now that it's 4x1, I'm a bit worried. Take away that. Good throw by our opponent, but we cheat him a little bit. All right, 4th and 2. Other than that curl, for the most part, he's thrown to open players. So I'll give him credit over the last 3 opponents we have. What does he come out with, though, on 4th and goal? Or not to go 4th down. He's sticking with the cluster. I'm just going to go cover 4 shaded down. And if I get an adjustment up, I want to do this. There we go. That way I can switch really between the... I'm going to go between the 4 underneath routes for the most part. Quick corner route, we pick it up. SWAT, beautiful. Right, that's really the first route. If you've played cluster a lot, they have this corner route that's a little bit more horizontal than vertical. They like to stem it down a ton. That's why I had the outside linebacker in a hard flat. Made it really easy for me to just go 1 switch to the left, SWAT, and now it's our ball. So I'm not really running the most complicated offense, or defense, I would say. But it's mainly just route recognition at this point, and then switching. Now, he's now showing us double mug. I have to hike this ball. Otherwise, we'll get a false start. I'm going to look for B. I think I have B. We're going to throw it up. It's a bit underthrown. I just don't want to throw a pick. Wasn't the best. And I hate to say it, I only called that play because I didn't want to get a false start. Shout out the beautiful developers for adding that feature of getting a false start every time you want to pass under the, what's it called, 5-second mark. He's pressing AJ Green on the left. We're going to have him on a streak. And then I'm going to put my running back probably on a comeback route because I'm assuming it's man coverage. Yeah, it looks like it's going to be man coverage off the board. So we're looking for our 2 streaks. If they don't get open, we should have our comeback on the right. And AJ Green's going to beat his man over the top. Pass lead inside. And beautiful. Does cost a lot of coins, AJ Green, but man, can he beat the press, and just like that, we're up 14. Switch stick, though, is probably the most important thing defensively in this game. I'm going to route commit to the outside on Sherman there. Can I get a curl? Perfect. All right, and then I'm just going to play the left, or right to left, that is. Hopefully our solo does not get beaten. There's really nothing open. I'm going to switch stick that. And just as I was talking about the switch stick, it is the most useful, impactful feature on defense. Speaking really from an offense perspective too, if I know my opponent has the ability to switch stick, I'm gonna second guess a lot of open reads, and I'm sure my opponent, especially after those first 2 stops, which were pure switch stick stops, I'm sure my opponent now is going to be second guessing every single open player on the field. Clearly though, this is man coverage, so we're gonna do something like this. We're gonna wheel route the running back, block our tight end. Crosser is our main route, but if that's not open, we should have AJ Green on the comeback. He's going to send a little bit of pressure. We should have B, pass lead down, rack, and yikes, a bit of a drop from Deshaun Jackson. I'm not even that mad, though, at the drop. I'm just happy my players are getting open against man coverage at this point. This one looks to be maybe a bit of zone. I'm going to send my tight end out on a route. He's really only got 2 defensive players on the right that could play the tight end, be an RB. So we're looking really flat, street combo. Flat is there. Get our running back in space. Stiff arm, not able to break the tackle, but... you know, brings up a 3rd and short, and I think we might sneak in the power read. We've had a lot of success. Okay, never mind. I was going to say, we've had a lot of success passing. You know, let's run it. Let's run the power read. We're able to hand this off, get to the outside, and this is what I'm talking about. I love this run. Spin move, and just like that, we got a first down. Not sure I agree with our opponent, though, going away from the double mug, just because the fact he's down 14. I feel like he needs a stop more than anything, and this looks to be a bit more of a press man look. We're going to slot fade the running back, and I'm going to hike this ball as fast as I can. And we have X. I think we do. It was a bit hard to judge if he actually had separation. He really bumped the running back. That's what I was looking for initially. But he bumped the running back to the point where I could not throw that. PA snag combo here, so I have a bit more trust on my backside routes beating man coverage. Looking for the stem down corner route right away. I honestly don't have anything, and I felt like the pressure was coming. I just threw it away. 3rd and 10 from the 27. We are in field goal range, so I don't want to take a sack at this point. I'm going to run a bit of a, not bot route combo, but a lot of vertical routes, and I'm just going to put speed out on my running back, and I'm looking for one of these vertical routes to win. Let me make sure I get base protection. We're going to hike. I like Y on the right if the linebacker stays on him. I think, oh, I did not see... We're not going to talk about that read. I probably should have thrown a pick. I'm going to take 3 just to go with sub 3 source. I threw that thinking the, not even his user. I was more talking about the free safety. I don't know why. And let's see if we can nail this kick. Not the easiest in the world, but we are at home. We have host, and that kicks down the middle. This game has not been the cleanest offensively. And maybe if it was 3rd or 4th and short, I would have went for it. But it was 4th and 10. I need to take away that drag. And that was actually a screen. Luke Kuechly and our other outside linebackers. There's a ton of linebackers right now in cut 26 that have speed to match the running backs and the receivers. I mean, we have multiple 86 speed linebackers, multiple 85 speed linebackers. I like our match coverage here. We'll take away the running back, and that's not open. I'm going to go for SWAT. And the SWAT, honestly, like, gave him a boost there. I probably should go for the pick since that's a house call, but I think the SWAT is just the responsible thing. Our opponent, though, I feel good defensively, man. We really just get 1 or 2 more touchdowns. I don't think he scores really the rest of this game. Actually is going for 2, though, so I have to sit up in my chair just a little bit. And, alright, we'll take it. He loses a point. So now it's what, 11-point game. He does get ball at half, so 3, and he's onsiding. Wow, okay, I guess he really doesn't believe in his defense. I've given up a lot of onside this year, I'll be honest, to stuff like this. This is what I'm talking about. I've given up a lot of onsides. I don't have onside coverage, or that I know of. I should have waited to see when he came out on onside coverage, but now we have a game, I guess. And we're right back on defense. We're gonna give him a shell, though, this time, at least. Let's do something like this. Cover 3 shell for the most part. I want my user in a hook. And, I mean, I feel good. Hit. That's fine. Probably shouldn't have got 8 yards from that, but it's fine. Let's go cover 4 now, and I don't love my outside linebacker all the way over there. Contain really quick. I'm stuck. And that was clearly my responsibility. That's probably going to take us to the end of the first quarter. Definitely want to slow down, though, this drive from our opponent. We'll just go, actually, nah, let's do soft squat on the left. I'm going to play the right here. This might be a screen. No, it's not. Drag. I went for the hit. Please tackle. I don't want to give up a touchdown on a drag. All right, well, at least he can't clock. Feel like this game really turned on its head. He's going to go to a run, make the tackle. He's no huddling, and it's really glitching out and bugging out my outside linebackers. All right, I guess we just stick in this cover 3 look. I'm going to go cloud flat there. And now he's going to speed option. If Sherman, perfect. Good job, Sherman. Being able to break the block. Now he's in a 3rd and 10. He's going to no huddle again. I assume he's going to flip here. I mean, if he doesn't flip, that's fine by me. I want this guy more out. I'm just scared that's a corner route. It wasn't. That's not really open pick. Do we count that? Is that 5? I think that's 5. I think that's 5. And he's going to settle for 3. Again, I don't blame him. It's 4th and 10. If it was 4th and short, he probably goes for it. Our opponent, though, is coming out in the onside again. I'm coming out in base onside this time. He probably feels like that's his only chance at a stop, and it might be, but this time, we're able to get the onside. No clocking for me, though. If I have a touchdown, we are going to throw it. I'm going to block my tight end this play. And let's go B on a streak, Y on a drag. I'm going to go with deep speed out from our running back, Isaac Brown. Probably should make it a comeback, but we'll make it a speed out. We'll hike. We should have all day. He only rushed 3. Nothing really. I didn't even see that player. I drifted a bit too far with Nico. I got to put my running. He's just, I think he's just shading down at this point, running cover 2 man. We're going to need our players to have to win on some routes. I wanted to try to test AJ Green potentially there, but there was just a half that was in the way. Let's try to use our tight end, though, a bit in this situation. We'll do something like this. Actually, let's go corner route if I can from our running back. Let's do something like this. I've never really ran this corner route from the running back, but we'll see. Yeah, it's definitely man coverage. We have the tight end. He just forgot about him as a user. Juke to the left. Broken tackle. Vernon not able to get out. The weakness of man coverage, though, is definitely the tight end. And do we see a bit of a cover 3 shell? We're on the left hash. I don't want to give away our play, but I'm looking for B, boys. If that safety goes to the right, we've got him. Hike, he goes to the right. And this time, we're able to execute, and we're up 24-9. Unfortunately, our special teams gave up a bit of a return. I'm going to man up the outside linebacker on the running back so I can play the middle. Zig is covered by Coy. He is still able to make the catch. That's going to bring up the 2-minute warning. Let's stick with the cover 4 match, though, when he goes to this trips formation. I just want to move this guy in the middle more. And stuck again. I feel like I'm just getting stuck. I want to move my safeties in position. And then I need to get in my middle linebacker. He's just snapping the ball at the speed of light, man. At the speed of light. Alright. We're in position this time. And I'm going to play really, really underneath. And, I mean, that's not open. I think he just clicked the button. The only bright spot of this is he can't clock us. We have 3 timeouts. In bunch offset, what do we want? I can't man that guy up. I just got quick hike. Luckily, our outside linebacker, and I am going to call a timeout. Luckily, our outside linebacker shed a block. He's now back in the gun cluster, which I actually like. Let's do this. Again, the right to left is a little bit open. And the running back. Good play. Can we make the tackle? Good play. I did not think he was going to go to a running back streak. This is the first time he's shown that all game. Best real drive from our opponent after the good return. We're going to need points, though, from this last drive from us. Does he go for 2, though? He's thinking about it. You really, yeah, you wouldn't really want to go for 2, because if you don't get it, it's a 2-possession game. He's cut the lead to 8, though, and he does get ball to start the second half, so he's not in the worst spot. We're not in the worst spot. This looked to be just double mug man coverage. I'm going to motion out. We're going to go comeback route on Isaac Brown. Let's go slot fade on Y, and we'll just go return route on B. And I like AJ Green here. The only problem is the safety might bail. AJ Green's open, but I'm going to hit the comeback. He routed him up. Can we get a little juke in? No, we're going to have to go no huddle. Clock will stop for a bit. Let's flip. I'm going to send down the tight end. We're just going to go really, really quick combo. A man covers. It's actually post. Or streak the tight end. Hike the ball, hike the ball, hike the ball. We have B. Nico. Put it in the bucket. I mean, actually, that's not the worst because we can clock a little bit now. This is going to sound crazy. I'm going to put on chew clock and we're going to hike a really, really quick play. I feel confident we'll score no matter what. We have 2 timeouts. And again, let's hike. We should have the running back out the backfield. We do. I'm going to try to get out of bounds. Perfect. 2 timeouts and 27 seconds left. Let's not max break. We're going to block the tight end. I'm going to look for that crosser from Deshaun Jackson again. And let's go return, drag, and we'll go... This is kind of a 1 route combo play, and he's shading inside. I don't love that, so we're going to change it up. We're going to go speed out from B, deep speed out, and let's go crosser from Isaac Brown. Hike so we don't get false start. And it looks like Isaac Brown eventually is going to be open, but we're going to hit AJ Green on the backside. His user went block. And you know what? Not the best clocking we've ever done, but we got into the end zone. 1 points, though, in 1 half is kind of crazy considering we've settled for 3 one time and we've gotten onsided. So we probably would have close to 40 points if we didn't mess up there. I'm just running cover 4 shaded down. And that's not... I'm going for the pick. I'm sorry. I went for the pick with house call. I should have just stayed with him and swatted it, but we had the chance of an interception and get an extra 3 points. Good thing on Richard Sherman's part, though, being there for the hit. And once again, I need to drag these guys over in position. Let's get on, not that guy, tackle. And if our opponent wants to take a timeout, okay, he wants to do it. He wants to have another play. 7 seconds, probably not enough time to score for him. I feel like it's just enough time for him to make a mistake at this point. Running back motion. I'm playing right to left. I want to take away the post. Beautiful. I mean... I feel like that should have been picked off. He's going to call one last play, though, with 1 second. I'm probably not going to show this on your guys' screen. I will see you guys all in the second half. One more stop, though, from our opponent. I think, or not from our opponent, from us. And I like us to win this game. I'm going to take away the running back. That actually was open, but he did drop it. Really would have liked there to... I would say if he caught the ball, make the tackle. I don't like man coverage in that trips look. We didn't get enough pressure quick enough. Every route essentially was developed. Bunch strong wide this time. We're just going to go... Can I just go cover... I just want to go cover 3. There we go. Put my backside linebacker in a hook. I'll be in a hook here. And really just a cover 3 look. I'm going to switch between the 2 hooks. Corner route. And that is not open, and that will make number 6 of the Stone Cold drop interceptions from our defense. He had the corner route. I don't know why he went for the streak. Corner route was wide open. I cannot get there as my user. I'm going to go to match this time, though. Cover 3 match. Shift to the right. Contain. I'm going to even move the quarter flat out to the outside. And we will hike screen, but we were all over it. Bring up a 4th and 10. This play probably decides the game. He's back in cluster. We're going to give him cover 4 match, and I'm looking for that short corner yet again. He's going to motion out. No. Running back now to the strong side. He thinks this breaks the match, but new thing this year is a 4x1. You still get matched, and wow. I really messed up there with my user not taking away the drag or the crosser, but luckily he drifted in the pocket, and I think we just got extremely lucky, and our D tackle ran in free. I don't know what happened with this offensive line, and yeah, I was gonna say that stop for the most part is gonna end that game. We are now, I believe, 4-0. Let's move on to game 5. Finally into our 5th game, and potentially the final game of this video. I think I'm gonna split it up into 2 parts. And this might actually be RPO Rude Y flat. I should drag him a little bit closer. Once again, at home, playing under the lights at the Rose Bowl, which is always good to see. We're going to get pressure right away, and Lawrence Taylor with the D-line pick. I'm pretty sure he was throwing the zig on the right. I ran stock, man. I didn't even route commit anybody. Got some pressure, though, and I hate to say it, got lucky on the D-line pick. About the best start one could hope for. Our opponent, it looks like in a bit of nickel. I don't know what I want to call. I think I'm going to go tight end zig. Let's go slant there. And I like this. Let's just go with this. I'm really looking zig, tight end, open. He switched, but we still were able to get it off. Okay, our opponent looked to be a little bit aggressive with the switch stick there, so we definitely have to think of that. I think we just go to the QB power out of trips tight end, short side. I really should come out in like a... Yeah, I should come out in... No, we come out of QB strong power. I feel pretty good based on the formation he was in. Yeah, all his players to the right, so this should be pretty easy walking with Tim Tebow. Just run to the left, follow our blockers, and beautiful. Just like that, up 7-0. He's come out now in trips tight end, so once again, we're going to route him down. Let me man up a running back again. I want to play the middle of the field. Make sure I contain, and we'll route commit inside. I'll route commit outside on Y, and then B will leave stock. We'll route there. I'm going to play the crosser, and everything for the most part is covered. If he wants to throw that, I'm cool with that. Make the pick. I think that's number 6. We're number 6 in the tally mark. In just the first 5 games, we're averaging about a drop interception per game at this point. Again, route commits to the outside. He only rushed 3 there, which was a bit odd, in my opinion. And I'm going to go for a bit of a cover 3 shell. If I see the tight end run a corner route, I got to take the vert hook and commit to the outside. Or at least the third on the right, I would say. And it is. And I committed to switching it. I just assumed since I switched it, my opponent would see the switch and not throw it. But he still did. So I guess that's a bit my fault. Let's go cover 3 shell, cover 4 quarters. Move our players again. I forgot to move the safeties or make the safety alignment close and pinch. And again, we're going to play the middle of the field for the most part. Take away that. And I hope he was throwing the running back angle route because that was the one that was open. The crosser was a pick. And let me change my guys to close and pinch. Now, though, our opponent coming out in bunch offset. So I'm just going to go a simple cover 3 shell. And I did not get, and luckily the quick snap made it to where I was sending more people than I wanted to, which got the pressure, but I did not get my shell off. I wanted to cover 3 shell to the right or to the left, and now we have it off. All right, there we go. Contain, and if I want, I would do that. Re-blitz, and beautiful, and we're going to go curl. I knew that play was that was really bad for me. He called the play previously, and I knew the tight end was going to be open. That was really dumb of me. Really dumb of me. Let's go cover 4 quarters this play. Cover 4. Usually pretty good against just standard bunch if I could ever get to that dude. Beautiful. Just take away the crosser. Let's send that guy. If he throws the running back, he throws the running back. Perfect. I'm going to play for verticals, though, this play. So what we're going to do is we're going to hook the outside linebacker, and then I'm going to play the crosser. Make sure I contain. Hook. And really, the wheel is the first route that's going to be open. Okay, it wasn't that. Zig's open. Good counter by my opponent. I'm not able to make the tackle. Come on, man. Finally showed us something else, though, in bunch. So I'll go back to the cover 3 shell. Just because it's what I feel probably the most comfortable in. And I would like to get some pressure. I am going to commit more to the left here. Hopefully my hard flat gets out to the outside this time. He does. Corner route will take it away, and I'm cool with that throw. Would have met the hook curl in the middle of the field. Probably still completion, but we got the pressure. Let's go back with some cover 4 quarters. And I don't know if there's a... It looks like there's a slight tell, but I don't think he... And let's actually move this dude out just a little bit. We'll take away the crosser. Everything covered. I don't know what he was throwing. Maybe the tight end. I think the tight end might have been open. So let's not call cover 4 quarters this play. One is, I think this is just verticals. I'm going to actually scissor. Oh, no, it's okay. Never mind. This is something completely different. Now, he's on short side, so I feel really comfortable having a hook curl on the right. Oh, good play. I scissored a little bit on the left. I manned up the free safety on the solo and left a hard flat on the outside corner. If I just put it as a cloud flat, which I probably should on 3rd and long, that was covered. Dang, good throw by our opponent. If you actually go back and watch that play, I loved my shell and I loved the snap after the routes that were on the field. Literally, that was the only thing that possibly could have beat us on that play. And I don't know what our opponent is in, but we'll go to our basic just cover 3 bomb. I like our tight up the middle if his user does not run with it. I'll just hit the drag. Titan would have been a pretty hard throw. Juke here, we might be able to get out. Maybe on not Hall of Fame, All-American there, a stiff arm does it, but I don't really know. For the most part, it looks like he's in, is it dime or nickel? Now he's in double mug, cover 3. Okay, so he's running the stunt, the civil GG stunt. But again, if this is cover 3, this is a touchdown. We'll drag Y. I've been told the half slide left is the best blocking for this blitz. We're going to look B. You guys know the rules. Safety drifts. We have a touchdown. Let's just get a good rack. Not the best rack, but still got the completion in there. But we know if he goes to that, he's not disguising his shells by any means. So if we see that one high shell again, now he's pressing this time. So I can only assume this is just cover 1, especially now that he's left the linebackers in. I'm going to look to roll out a bit here. Especially if he's running the stunt. He didn't run the stunt. I probably shouldn't have rolled out. I don't really have anything. Just throw it away. Good thing that was only 1st down and 10. I'm going to block our tight end this time. We actually might have had AJ Green over the top. I'm going to do a comeback route from Isaac Brown. Maybe this is zone. Let's go deep crosser from our beat, and we'll just drag Y. I'm looking, I mean, I guess AJ Green off rip. I mean, I like AJ Green here. Not the best throw in the world, but it's AJ Green. We had a step. He had, like, the linebacker that matched to him, but then the safeties ended up converging. I think if we're on, like, the 50-yard line there, that ends up just being AJ Green over the top. But the fact it was so short to the goal line, it was a bit underthrown, and the safeties were able to kind of converge, but we still were the first ones to really get our hands on that. And AJ Green, that's why we pay the big coins for AJ Green. He's clearly been the best receiver so far in this run, and able to come down with that catch. The better throw there probably would have just been a bullet high ball. That way the safeties would not come into play. I'm going to pass a route commit inside there. Man coverage, and we are screaming. He actually went with the comeback, so it looks like our opponent likes the comeback routes on the solo side, or even outbreaking routes. So I think I'm going to stop route committing inside, and actually, let's play for it this play. Screw it. Let's try to read him. Let's try to predict him. And he's just going to run the ball. Maybe he has this flat, but we're there. Can we make the tackle? Beautiful from Koi Parrish, bringing up a 3rd and long. Coming out now in halfback doubles week, so 2x2. I'm going to just move this player out. I don't want to get beat on like an out route. And yeah, we have everything covered. Comeback maybe? No. Is that complete? Okay, 4th and 2. Honestly, it was open. It was a very late developing out route from the slot. He's going to go back to the doubles. I'm going to stick with cover 4 quarters, man. I didn't contain that time. He was able to roll out a little bit. And I don't really want to give up a run. We could shade down. I'm going to try to swat that. Swat. Ah, he was able to make the catch. Good play for opponent. Jordan H, for the most part, seems to be the most comfortable. And let's actually send a little bit of pressure off the right side. But get back to the linebacker. Can I get back to the linebacker, please? Please, god dang, he had all day, and we sent 5. I know he blocked his running back, but dang. Definitely seems to be the most comfortable. We'll try and match one more time. But compared to our other opponents, he is definitely the most comfortable, at least in the pocket versus the match. But hopefully this time around, I'm going to switch the quarter flat on the left right away. It's the same play. I'm going to play the out route this time. Had to come back on the right. I feel like I'm playing extender. Don't throw it away. Okay, the sack was deserved. He had extender at that point. We took away the route that was really killing us, which was the out route from the slot. Now he's going to bunch strong. I'm going to play this time for it. We're going to go the exact same shell, but I'm going to put a cloud on the left, and we just really got to play that route. Send the user. Beautiful. Not the user, just the hook curl. 3rd and 10. Giving us the 2. We're now in bunch tight end. I'm going to match. I hope he runs the auto motion. I'm going to move this player out just a little bit. There's got to be an outbreaking route. We're there. We're covering it. Everything is covered. Pick. Beautiful defense. I don't know. Cover for match. I feel like I understand what match does in this game and where the weaknesses are from every defense. We took away the deep corner route with our inside quarter. The zig was taken away by the quarter flat, and everything else was covered. We didn't get our contain off, but we still were able to get like delayed pressure, I would say. In a perfect world, we probably clock this, but our opponent hasn't shown the greatest ability to move the ball. So we're gonna go, and I can't even go for the juggler. We gotta hike this ball. We're probably gonna get a false start, free play, and it looks like we do have B. And Deshaun Jackson not able to bring it down, but it was a free play. We'll take the offsides. What I actually wanted to do was run a bit of a crossing route from B, but he's showing in. I'm going to reset the play. He's showing inside leverage. Let's actually stem down the tight end. I'm going to block the running back on this. And let's go zig. Base blocking, and I'm looking B off rip again. Our tight end's open. I'm going to highball this time. Beautiful. Was able to beat. I think that his Gabe jackass at outside linebacker, but Vernon Davis in the stem down corner route able to beat him, and now we are up by 14. One more stop though, and our opponent is probably out of this game simply from the fact that we do get the ball to start the second half. I'm just going to run man at the outside linebacker on the running back. It's the original crosser play, and yeah, he had nothing open. We eventually got pressure. I was going to take away the crosser, and he's going back to the trip. So this time we're giving him a different look. Don't want to just spam man coverage over and over and over again. So let's actually go curl flat from our tight end. I'm going to switch to the hook right away. Take away that. Now we take away the... Okay, I mean, I could live with that. 7-yard gain. I wanted to leave the hook, go to the half or the rolled third from our strong safety. Take away the crosser. I actually like that shell a lot. I think I'm worried about a quick hike. I'm just going to do this. Curl flat on the right. I'm going to put my user just in a mid-read. Or I really should put him in a hard flat. In case the tight end runs a drag. Make sure I contain. Re-put him in a hard flat. Running back here is vulnerable on a streak. He's not on a route. Leave the... I gave up a touchdown. I gave up multiple touchdowns. Let's make a tackle. I'm going to click off. Tackle. Tackle. Dang. I actually got what I wanted in the sense that his tight end ran a drag. But the problem with running man coverage is I switched to a player that just... I didn't mean to really... I wouldn't say switch to, because I wanted to switch. I wanted to get off the linebacker. I probably should just use her the drag. I overcomplicated that for the most part. I wanted to run zone. I'm going to run zone again. Contain. Get my hook curl out there. And I'm actually going to stem it down a little bit if I can. Is it letting me? Okay. Maybe not that much. Yeah, right there. That's perfect. Boom. Take away the crosser. Hook curl. Beautiful. That's why we send it down. He had... The previous play before the third down, he had run that same kind of concept, a backside drag. And I'm telling you, he's going to go for that post, and we're going to switch stick it. Go curl flat again. Boom. Stem that down a little bit. And when he goes to that post, we are switch sticking onto the rolled third for the post. Same play. He was throwing it. I tried to call my shot. I called my shot, chat. YouTube chat. Sorry, I'm used to Twitch. I tried to call my shot. He was throwing me the rock. I promise you that's where he was throwing the ball. Okay, now we gotta do something a little bit different. Ooh, I want match. I want match. I want match. There we go. That's fine. I know our player is more to the... That's fine. I like match and bunch tight end. Preferably want him to go to the auto motion play, but he probably won't. He ran the same exact play. I don't understand people, because you had run that play previously, and I'm gonna take a timeout because it's 4th and 19. You had ran that play... Last time you came out in bunch tight end, I went to cover for match. You know I'm going to go to cover for match again, and you run the exact same play and the exact same result. And now he's going to doubles. What I'm going to do, since all of his routes have been very long developing, we're sending crib. We're going cloud flats and quarters, protect the sticks. That's what we're going to do. And I'm telling you, we're sending crib. We're sending Casa. He's going to have to block both his tight end and running back if he wants to have time. And we are going to go to one of the cloud flats and... Call the right defense. I'm not going to lie. I got a bit worried it was a streak. I was worried it was a streak. God damn it. I was so worried it was a streak. I didn't want to give him a touchdown. We called his play perfectly. I'm just going to go hover 4. Has the zig, has the out route. We're going to play it, though, with the switch stick. And God, that looks like primed Denard Robinson back there, man. Running around shoelace, breaking sacks. But that's the freshman Bryce Underwood. And we're going to go match this time. It seems like, for the most part, he only has 1 or 2 plays. And that really was my responsibility. He goes through a bunch of different formations, but only has 1 to 2 plays he likes. And we're going to do the same thing that I did on the 4th down. I'm just going to go clouds on both sides. Let's bring these guys down. And I guess, but I'm going to play, like, more of the blitzer. The only thing I'm worried about here is, like, a zig from the tight end. It's not. I mean, dog, I have a cloud there for that type of route. I feel like we are predicting what he's doing offensively, but we're just not finishing the job. This has to be a run. I'm just going to shade down, and I'm just going to shade down. If he's smart, he probably lets this tick all the way down. We only have 2 timeouts. He's not smart, and I don't know what was on the field from his left receiver, but now we can get the ball back with our 2 timeouts. We need to have a little bit more of a complicated shell. I'm just going to shade down man coverage on the guys on the right. The man up my user to A, and that's not good. That is not good. Not good at all. Let's go no shit. We're in a bad spot. We're in a bad spot. Thank God he had bad pocket. I'm going to take a timeout again just because I want the ball back. There we go. And once again, we find ourselves in the same exact spot in... oh, there's all over on that. I don't like this, by the way. I hope you guys know this. I really don't like this. I'm playing... It's a rollout. We're there. Tackle. Timeout. Now, if you're the opponent, are you going for 2 or are you going for in this situation? He's going to bunch offset. Put my user. Contain. Yellow. In my switch... Tight end. Oh, that... I'm messing up this. I thought I could get back. I didn't need to... Oh, I did not need to be on the outside corner. Just switch to the hook curl and play the tight end route. And then the outside wheel would have got covered by the corner. All this game to be over if I just had a semblance of a brain that drive. Wow, I gave up... What was it? 3 or 4 3rd and 4th and longs just off of really like a bad... Not a bad switch stick, but a bad decision making once I switched it to a player. All right, though, we got 30 seconds on the clock. He's in some sort of nickel set, so we're gonna go. Let's just go everything left to right at this point. I know it looks a bit of a clusterfuck. We should have X. I didn't want to get a D-line pick. That looks like it's gonna be the end of the half. I'm gonna send on the tight end. Maybe we get the tight end on this route and get out of bounds, but that was a really, really bad sack to take. Yeah, there's nothing open. I'm going to throw it up to B. Let's see if we get an ag. And no. Good swap by our opponent. One more play from us. And I mean, we could get a play here. Really, I'm looking for this crosser from B. I'm going to motion out the running back, put him on just a slot fade. I know we're in the middle of the field, so it doesn't really matter, but maybe we get AJ Green soloed up. Make sure we don't throw an interception at this point. He's going to send a little bit of pressure. Do I have AJ Green? I think I do. I think I do. And Nico's going to overthrow it. I'm only going to go for this because there's 5 seconds left. As long as I don't just get sacked instantly. It's probably one of the dumbest things I can do. He's going to be in prevent. I'm just put my running back on a Texas route. And we're just going to check it down and then run. Just wait a little bit. Make sure we don't get an incompletion. And now we can have some fun. Stiff arm. All right. Going to the half, probably for the start we had and how good defense we were playing, we probably should be up more. But we get ball, we're up 7. We're in a good spot. Trying to hammer home to myself, though, this drive, no turnovers for the most part. And he's going to go... let's actually do this. I'm going to motion up my running back, put him on a corner route, send him down one time. If he runs the stunt, we're quite literally just going to roll out left. Let's see. Pike. I think it was the stunt. I don't even... Was that a 3-man rush or a 4-man rush? He was able to get pressure. I had my drag. I think I had my corner route, but for the most part, that was just a shed more than anything, man. Let's just quick hike, look for the tight end or the drag. Have the drag. Let's stop trying to overcomplicate things. All right, he's out of the double mug. It's probably man coverage for the way his players are aligned, so I am going to motion out my running back, put him on a speed out. If no one goes out there, we should have him wide open. I'll put my tight end on a zig, Y on a return route. And let's hike the ball. We have the... Yeah, I was going to say, I don't know what number 1 was doing, but he was running like he was covering someone else. It was a bit scary. Wasn't the cleanest throw, but the tight end was open. Looks like he's sticking with this man coverage. He's going to shade outside on B. I'm going to go crosser on Deshaun Jackson. Let's go drag you. We'll drag you, return. Oh, return you. Block our tight end, wheel route the running back. And I know it's only 4 routes, but it is, man. Jeez. No, B is being bagged. I have X. Okay. I don't know if I had X, but that was... Wow. Noted. If Deshaun Jackson is pressed, he's probably not going to get open. Try to tell you guys, though, early on in this video that, again, man coverage is like what I struggle with the most in this game. Although this looks to be a bit of zone coverage. We're going to go... Let's go the post. I want to stem the post up. Curl and then backside drag. Something like this. We're looking RB off rip, and then we'll get back to our other reads. It is man coverage. We have X. Passively down. AJ Green able to get out. Juke left. And all right, we're able to pick the first down. Need to mix in a run, though, every now and again. I like the power read versus double A. Yeah, let's get that user in the box. I'm going to keep this with Nico. Stiff arm. Yikes. Now, I do have Tim Tebow as a backup, but I probably don't want to take those hits with Nico. Going to a PA snag setup, sorry, this play. Let's do that, and let's hike the ball. We'll have B. No, do not have B. Oh, I tried to tell myself, oh, this game, man. That's my fault. I'm not saying like this game. I'm saying this game has just been annoying from my perspective. I'm letting this guy back in the game. It was a rolled cover 3, and I thought I could squeeze that over, and I just couldn't. Oh, I just feel like I've let this guy back in this game. All right, there's nothing there. I'll send him. If he wants to throw it, he can throw it. Oh, I feel like this game could have been over within the first quarter. I'm just letting him hang around, and eventually he's going to start throwing to open players. And he's probably going to tie up this game. I'm going back to number 4 quarters, though, against this. Really, his only play that's given us trouble is the out route from that player. And we're there. We're going to play it. That in got matched by the quarter. All right, he sent 5 out that time. Maybe next time, let's send pressure while also running match if we can. I'm going to do this. Ooh, no, I want that to be that. There we go. We'll play that. Beautiful. Nothing open. And we got a little bit more pressure that time. He also changed the one receiver from an in route to a comeback. I want to send more pressure. Bunch of set. I'm running man. We're just going to run straight man. We haven't really called this when he's been in bunch at all. But if he runs verticals, this is bagged. And it's verticals. Tackle. Perfect. All right. 3rd and 9. What formation does he come out in? And we're just going to play. We're going to play football. Try to die. I have my backup linebacker in who's got 81 speed. I'm going to go hard flats just because he's motioning that guy over. Get back to the crosser. No, dude, what ability does this guy have on his quarterback? Though he has broken, I think that's been 3 sacks now. I haven't seen it. I'm not kidding. I haven't had a sack broken this entire year so far on College Ball 26, and he's broken 3 sacks in one game. I mean, it's over. It's 4th down and whatever. All right, he's in bunch tight end at least. I would like to think this is a run. And that guy, we don't want that guy there. Yeah, it was a run. We're not there. Make the tackle. Oh, this game, man. This game has been frustrating. I'm going to stick with man coverage, though, on this play. I'm going to shade outside on B. Oh, this is bunch offset. This was a mistake. It was a mistake. Tackle. This would be a really big... Okay. We can get a stop down here. We can get a stop down here. God damn. I feel like at this point I'm having a little bit of fatigue almost. Madden college football fatigue. Just playing a little bit too long. My brain is just fuzzy at this point. Bunch spread. I feel like I just send crib shade down. No? I like this defense. I do. I'm going to shade outside or commit outside on the solo. I have the tight end. I wasn't able to get back there. Good play by our opponent. I should have manned up the running back, and then I could have played the middle of the field. I was just too exposed on the bunch side of the field to something right to left. And just like that, it is 21-21. I still feel like we can get... We're so close to another stop. I just need to get points this drive. If we really want to, we could make this the last possession of the game, but I think I feel confident enough to get a stop, even if I get 3, but we are going to hand the ball. I just want to get off a hash at this point. And that actually was a fairly decent run. I don't really want to clock, mainly because if just one mistake happens from us on offense, then he's in position to clock us. So this is a bit scary. We're kind of in a position where we have to play perfect, I would say. So let's step down B, hike the ball, and I know this was the play, and god damn why I got, again, the press man coverage is giving us problems. That was a zig route from our slot. X was open, but I had to wait a little bit for him to get open. He's going to man coverage again. We're going to have to go to our tight end. Let's actually flip. Let's go. Slot fade there. Streak U. We want to clear out for the tight end for the most part. This isn't the best route. I'm going to go... Nah, we just have to hike. I'm looking at tight end if it's man coverage. I don't really have anything. We're going to have a... I mean, we are falling apart in this game. Jeez, I know that wasn't inaccurate. That was just a check down to a running back, but we're falling apart. Good God. This is a run. We know this is a run. Just crash to the left and play the left. We know this is a run. As he's passing, it's whips. Just make the tackle. 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 God. I have just had a meltdown. A complete meltdown this game. And now we're in a position to lose, which is not good at all. I'm going to blitz my user. D-pad switch to the flat. Can only block his running back. If his running back goes for a route, we should get pressure pretty soon. I don't like that. Need to move him over. And Sherman got agged on a curl route. Oh, it's all falling apart. All right. It's still first and goal. He hasn't scored yet. God damn, this is a collapse. He's coming out in trio wide open. I'm coming out in a bit of an obscure defense that is 60 out jacks, mainly because I just want to stop the run. All right, well, from up, I think 21-7 at one point, to being down 7 with 2:38 left, we've got a guap drive to extend this to overtime. And at this point, because we got to make this last possession of the game, unfortunately, our quarterback is cold, which isn't the best. We're going to run first play, get 8 yards. We're not able to take it to 2-minute warning yet, but I probably will just hand this ball off again. Look, I do feel like we can get a stop. I feel like he's gotten a little bit lucky on a few extender broken sacks, but we definitely don't want to give him much time, especially when he moves these linebackers out. We just have to hand the ball off. Good tackle, though, but we are going to take this to the 2-minute warning. I have subbed in Tim Tebow for this play, but I don't think we're going to run the ball, so we're just going to go, and it's just man coverage. Oh, I have no confidence in our man coverage beating ability. I really don't. And I'm going to hike. It doesn't look like he has anyone on RB. Hike the ball, Timmy. Hike the ball, Timmy. Make the throw, Timmy. And good. All right. This is going to be... I'm going to put Nico back in the game. I know he's cold, but we have to trust him at this point. 1:57 left. I accidentally ran shoe clock, so we're just going to hand the ball off this play. We can get to the second level. He missed the block. Juke. And we're in a good spot. I'm going to keep going inside zone and shoe clock. We got to try to get this clock down as small as possible. Now, this isn't a good run look, I'll be honest, but we're going to have to run, and we're able to squeeze through for 6. Let's turn off shoe clock. This is where I want to have Tim Tebow in the game, because if he does go to more of a cover 0 look, I'm going to... Nope, he's just running man coverage. I'm going to hand the ball off again. It's been successful. And again, it's 4-down territory at this point. If we can get to the second level... Oh, we just messed up it a little bit. Let's go no huddle. I'm going to go to trips. The reason I'm going to trips... Oh, do we go strong power if that player... No, we can't go strong power. Oh, we're not in a good spot, boys. I think I've royally fucked this up. I really have. We're going to hike. We have nothing. We're going to throw it away. Oh, I've sold this game away. This has been a complete collapse on my end. I'm going to block the tight end because I think he's going to send pressure. I'm going to go Y on a curl. Okay, now that he's done that, we're going to motion him out. Boom. We're going to go speed out on B. Let's go a little bit more up on the curl. Slant, and we're going to hike. Please don't get a false start. Take a timeout. High ball. Catch. All right, we stay alive. Let's go no huddle. I'm going to go no huddle. I know we have 2 timeouts. I'm just going to call play really, really quick. Hike the ball as fast as I can. Have RB. Okay, it ends up being an incompletion, which is fine. 15 seconds left. I like our running back on a comeback route here, if it's man coverage. 2 timeouts. It looks like it's man coverage. We should have RB. Throw it. I'm going to try to rack into the end zone. Timeout. All right, 9 seconds left. 1 timeout. Love this look for Tim Tebow. We really just got to get him to the outside. And really, we could run out of bounds if we don't have anything. But we do. All right, boys. We survived. I honestly had a bit of a goddamn mental breakdown the past few drives. We're not going to go for 2 because I feel like we get a stop. I feel like I know what my opponent wants to do. We're going to kick it deep. And we're going to take this game to OT. I think what we do, if we eventually have to go to OT, we have to go for 2. We come out in trips tight end, and we see if he has no players to the tight end side, and we run it eventually. Let's go cover 4. Just shade down here. Drag that player over. Contain. I'm going to shift to the right just a little bit. And there's really nothing there. Pick! Oh, he threw... And we actually returned this game, and we don't take a field goal. Switch stick onto the hard flat. Took away the out route. And from a collapse for us, our opponent is going to gift us one on the first play from overtime. Now I really just need to get close in field goal range. I have a decent kicker. He's like 81 overall. I can nail it from 50 and in. We're going to put Tebow in the game because I think I'm just going to hand the ball off a few times. It's man coverage. We're going to go to the trips tight end. We're going to go to my favorite run. Like I said, the run that got us in the end zone. It should be man coverage. This player should run to the left. And he probably knows this is Tim Tebow time. But not really. This might just be a walk-off. Blocks. And Tim Tebow into the end zone. And we escape the danger in game number 5. Wow, that 4th down when I had to high ball to Vernon Davis, I thought for a second it was going to be an overthrow because you play this game, you know, a high ball pass, it's a 50-50 of it. It could be on target, but it might just whiz right past the player and they don't even put their hands up. We clutched up though. We had a little bit of adversity, you would say, in that game, but I think that's going to do it for part 1 of this 10-0 gauntlet run with Nico. I will see you guys all for game 6 in the next video. Until then, peace.